smiles, sun on the waves. I almost taste the salt in the air. Oh, and doesn't it feel like just yesterday was our second date? And I still get nervous when you hold my hand. It still feels perfect when you ask me to dance. When the colors fade from these picture frames, when my head turns gray, the seasons all change and we've seen better days. Whatever this life puts us through, baby, I'll still love you. We're gonna laugh, we're gonna cry, we're gonna fight, oh, but we're gonna live, maybe have a few kids. Whatever happens, I promise you this. When the colors fade from these picture frames, when my changing, we've seen better days. Whatever this life puts us through, baby, I'll still love you. When the sun does its damage, the paint on this house turns to rust. When the future's the past and there's no more breath in my lungs.
You look so beautiful. Excited for you guys. I love you. My little gator. You're so beautiful. Oh, really? For all the buttons? Is that what was taking forever? Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So beautiful, Abigail. Oh, first thing. That's okay. This is tie clip.
Yeah, can you read that?
Yeah, with the sunshine. It says your little
Forever your little girl.
forever your little girl.
Abigail.
I'm giving you everything.
It's okay.
I'm gonna turn this around here.
Do that.
Yeah, I got it. Daddy's little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. You look good too. Oh, don't cry.
Did your mom do that?
I did it.
No.
How are you?
Good. You nervous?
A little bit. That's awesome. You had this all sprawled out for weeks.
It's in our the designated dress for 30.
Usually our designated cat room. Woo!
Different reaction than the first.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll use that.
Yeah.
Might use that in the next 10 minutes.
look at you, my whole life falls in line. I prayed for you before I called you mine. Oh, I can't believe it's true sometimes. Oh, I can't believe it's true. I get to love you. It's the best thing that I'll ever do.
Welcome, friends, family, and all loved ones. Today we are here on this beautiful day in the presence of God to witness and celebrate the union between Mark Glass and Abigail Searles. Let us begin with prayer. Father, we thank you for this awesome day. We thank you for allowing us to be part of the celebration between Abigail and Mark. I know you are shining down on them today, as it is your plan and design that such a marriage be a sacred part of life. We ask you to bless them, keep them, shine your face upon them, be gracious to them, turn your face toward them, and give them peace. May you be the center of all they do, that the world would see you through them. Through Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Who gives this woman to be married to this man?
We do.
It's finally here. The day. Abigail's day. Mark, you're here too. And on time.
I was.
You two have waited a long time for this day. This day where your life will forever change. The day where your two souls will become one. The day when you truly forsake yourself for someone else. The day you begin to put into practice unconditional love. The day you embark on life's greatest journey with your best friend. The day you step into one of God's most sacred creations. It's finally this day. While it may be a day full of emotions, butterflies, and anxiousness, and from this day you will face good days and bad days along the way, but at the end of the day, and at the end of a lifetime, it's worth it all to be able to say these words found in the book of Solomon 3:4, and it was actually on a sign as I walked out here. I have found the one whom my soul loves. I had the privilege to speak to Abigail and Mark several times before today for this marriage, and I wanted to share just a few things that I found during our talks. First off, Mark, congratulations. You're marrying up. And never forget that. But I also found that these two, in something that I haven't seen in other couples, but such a grace that is shown between Mark and Abigail, to where they love each other despite any imperfection, but yet see the best in each other. Forever keep that grace in your home, and I promise you will overcome many things that may rise up against you. And honestly, the world could use a whole lot more of the grace that you show to each other. Not just in marriage, but in all relationships. And lastly, as we discuss, the greatest purpose of marriage is that this relationship would demonstrate the love that Jesus Christ has for His church. I believe their marriage will show a glimpse of this kind of love. So forever, and remember to always keep God in the center of your marriage. Mark and Abigail have chose to write and declare their own vows today. So, Mark, without further ado, you go first.
I guess so. All right, where do I start? Yeah, I have to read. I didn't memorize it. James Bond, 007. That was the marching band show where I met the most beautiful girl that would someday become the love of my life. But I didn't know it yet because I was a dumb and naive freshman. It took me 2 years later, on Labor Day, to realize that you were the one for me. I'm so thankful you decided to drive down my cul-de-sac and let me hop in your car. I couldn't stay with you that long because I didn't want my parents to wonder where I was. So I asked for your number, and as a lot of us people our age do, we FaceTimed that night, and we actually talked until the sun came up. I realized in that moment that you were the one for me. We were inseparable after that point, and we are still inseparable now. To this day, we get along so well. You understand me and treat me like all of your fur babies. You listen to me ramble about my multiple crazy hobbies, but it doesn't end there. You're always right there by my side, supporting me and learning with me. You do so much for me that I can't thank you enough. The way you treat me, I want to reciprocate for you. I promise that I will care for you no matter the circumstances. From the inevitable colds you'll get to another sour stomach from eating ice cream. I promise to be there for you and always be by your side as you are for me. I want you to reach all of your goals that you set. Whatever you need, I will be right there to make it happen. I can't imagine what life would be like without you by my side, and I never want that to end. I love you with all my heart.
Abigail?
My turn. Mark, we are finally doing this thing. When I think back on our 9 years together and the partner you have been to me, I struggle finding the words to describe just what a blessing you are. You have shown me time and time again just what a partner should be in a relationship. I'm so thankful for your patience, your kind heart, your humor, and dedication to helping us achieve our goals. These promises to you are an attempt to reciprocate those same feelings. I vow to love you no matter what trials we may be facing. I vow to be honest even when telling the truth might be hard. I vow to listen even when the conversation is centered around robots and other nerdy engineering things. I vow to make you laugh even when it feels like there is nothing to smile about. I vow to show grace when mistakes are made. I vow to complain only minimally when another fish tank is added to our home or when you are dragging me along on a Pokemon hunt because you gotta catch them all. I vow to be your cheerleader when you are achieving your goals and your supporter when you feel you've failed. I vow to be right by your side when things are good, when we are happy, but also when things are bad, in times of sadness or in grief. Our love for each other has been so easy and so natural. I promise to do everything in my power to keep that uncomplicated young love. I can promise a life full of moments that are never dull, hearts that are always full, a home that is full of love, and a lot of animals too. I love you, and I'm so excited for our forever.
And now, may we have the rings?
Oh my goodness.
I was like, seriously?
Trying to lighten the mood a little.
Right on time. May these rings always be a symbol of your love and the vows that you made today. Mark, if you can place Abby's ring on her finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love.
as a symbol of my love.
and the vows I've made today.
and the vows I've made today.
Let it be a reminder
Let it be a reminder
that our lives
that our lives
are forever joined together.
that are forever joined together.
And Abigail, if you will place Mark's ring on his finger
Diane?
and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love
as a symbol of my love
and the vows I made today.
and the vows I made today.
Let it be a reminder
Let it be a reminder
that our lives
that our lives
are forever joined together.
are forever joined together.
Abigail and Mark have chose to do a unity ceremony with the sand of the hourglass. Each of their sand represents their passions, personalities, gifts, and challenges. But as they mix, and just as sand can never be separated again, just as their souls will forever be entwined. As Matthew 19:6 reads, so then they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore what God has joined together, let no man separate. And that there's a large amount of sand that comes together in the top, but in the center, each sand piece falls through one at a time, each in its moment. While it seems like you have all this in front of you, remember to cherish each moment that passes, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Over time, those moments add up together. The sand passes by and builds to the bottom to show the two coming together as one, the moment by moment in time, and the growing of a future. As the bottom grows, so will your relationship and marriage grow as time goes on. And yes, the sand will come to an end, but just as each of us have a time to leave this earth and no one has the promise of tomorrow, enjoy the time that you do have together. And may you two live out your vows truly till death do us part. If there is anyone here that objects that these two should not be married, speak now or forever hold your peace. Great. Now, by the power invested in me by God and the state of Ohio, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. For the very first time, I introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Mark Glass.
Take the long way home if it meant I'd go walking by your door. Together we could see where the road will lead to the unknown. There is no end if you believe. Just take my hand and come with me. Sun coming up, you make my world come alive. Oh, you know I Didn't know that I'd fall so hard. Then my feet left the ground. Gravity don't make no sense when you're around. I come up against myself when demons in my head get loud. I don't know how you do it, but you turn them down. I slip and wonder who I'd be if I never found you and you never found me. Well, I don't wanna see. So won't you give me tonight and the rest of your life? I wanna have it all with you. I wanna have it all with you. And when you open your eyes, I'll be there by your side. I wanna have it all with you. I wanna have it all with you. 'Cause your love is biblical. Biblical, it's biblical. If you ever go to pieces, fall between the thunder clouds, I will put you back together. I won't let you down. I slip and wonder what I'd do if you never found me and I never found you. I don't know what I'd do. So won't you give me tonight and the rest of your life? I wanna have it all with you. I wanna have it all with you. And when you open your eyes, I'll be there by your side. I wanna have it all with you. I wanna have it all with you. I wanna have it all. I wanna have it all. I wanna have it all. I wanna have it. I wanna have it all. 'Cause your love is biblical. It's biblical. It's biblical. So won't you give me tonight and the rest of your life? I wanna have it all with you. I wanna have it all with you. So come on and give me tonight and the rest of your life. I wanna have it all with you. I wanna have it all with you. And when you open your eyes, I'll be there by your side. I wanna have it all with you. I wanna have it all with you. 'Cause your love is biblical.
Tonight,
It's biblical.
sharing their first dance as husband and wife. Please, one more time, give it up for these two this evening.
When you need picked up 'cause you fell down, need a piggyback ride or a birthday clown, need a song to take you to Sleepy Town, I'll be there. When you need a coach or you need a fan, need a castle built out of ocean sand, or a rainbow chaser, I'm your man, I'll be there. I'll be a tear dryer, a paper airplane flyer, a monster runner offer if you get scared. I'll be a sap, I'll be a sucker, a story maker upper, anytime, anything, anywhere, I'll be there. harder skin your knee. Need a big old hug or a bowl of ice cream. I promise you can count on me. I'll be a heart mender, a prayer sender, a hoper and believer.
Mama, this isn't goodbye. Don't look at me with that hurt in your eyes. I promise you'll be alright. Dad's still at home, he's the love of your life. But it's my turn, please don't cry. You gotta let your boy grow up sometime. You taught me everything. How to tell what's wrong from right. You give me everything. Made me who I am inside. And even though I'm different, I'm still the man you thought I'd be. Just a little bit stronger since you prepared me to take on anything. You taught me.
Here we are.
I just met you. Seems like yesterday. You opened up your eyes and I recognized your face. You know that you're the one that we've been waiting for. We're gonna keep you safe. First time I held you in my arms, I knew I'd love you all the way. I tuck you in at night. Another day has passed. Every week goes by a little faster than the last. It wasn't so long ago we walked together and you held my hand. But now you're getting too big to want to. But I hope you'll always understand that I'm always gonna lift you up. And I'm never gonna let you down. No matter what you do, I'm forever proud of you. I love you forever now. Through your ears I hear it, through your eyes I see a world full of magic, full of possibilities. You know as well as anybody how tough this life can be. But you've got so much strength inside you, a strength I pray you'll never need. And I'm always gonna lift you up.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight to celebrate two of our favorite people, Abby and Mark. For those of you who don't know me, well, first, I'm going to read from my phone because I could talk all night. So I want to stick to a script. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Haley, also known as the incredibly lucky older sister of this stunning bride right here, Abby. It's an absolute honor to stand here today as her matron of honor and be able to give this speech. Fun fact, I have known Abby her entire life. That's 26 and a half years if you're counting. Sorry, Abby. I remember the day that Abby was born like it was yesterday. Not because I have some amazing memory, but because that's as far back as my childhood recollection goes. It was April 1st, and I was a wise 4 years old, being dropped off at our Aunt Honey and Uncle Ed's house in the wee hours of the morning. I was 2 sizes too small to comprehend the earth-shaking event that was happening at the hospital, but I was large enough to be forever changed by it. Now, those of you who really know Abby understand that she's a bit of an enigma. She's very quiet at times, and she's a true introvert. But don't be fooled. God did choose April Fool's Day for her birthday, and he knew exactly what he was doing. Abby's sense of humor is legendary in my book, and her wit is as sharp as a cheese grater. She's had me laughing so hard over the years that I'm fairly certain that I've exclaimed numerous times, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna pee my pants." Thanks for those cherished and slightly embarrassing memories, Abby. Growing up, she was the kid who snuck into my bed at night, whispering sweet and slightly manipulative requests. "Can you put your arm around me?" Just as I was embracing my solo sleep vibes, she'd fool me, as younger sisters do, into wrapping my arm around her in a hug. At the time, it was a test of patience, and now it's a cherished childhood memory. It's these moments filled with love and minor irritation that molded her into the strong, intelligent, and kind sister she is today. She's a lover of animals with a heart as big as her fondness for crumble cookies. So here we are, years later, and Abby has found another person to manipulate for an arm around her at night, Mark. The funny thing about the time that I met Mark is that I don't actually remember it at all. I don't remember meeting Mark. But don't worry, Mark, that's nothing personal. I can't remember a time that you were not in Abby's life. It's like you stealthily inserted yourself into our entire family, much like you insert yourself into all of our family photos. You've always been there, like gravity or the need for coffee on a Monday morning. Mark is hardworking, fun, and he's just the right amount of annoying to balance Abby's patience. He's the outgoing complement to Abby's reserved steadiness. Together, they form the kind of partnership that people write rom-coms about. They are high school sweethearts who can actually finish the statement, "That one time at band camp." If you've ever seen them together, you'd know that they really do balance each other. Abby, with her introverted patience, beautifully balances Mark's extroverted energy and on-the-go spirit. Where Abby makes a very mean lasagna, Mark has mastered the art of a perfect bowl of Fruity Pebbles and can efficiently devour a whole box of Krispy Kreme donuts. Sorry, Teresa. Their love doesn't stop with each other. Have you met their extended family? And I'm not talking about humans. Not just people, but the grand total of 10, I said 10, animals and 3 fish tanks. Their home is practically its own animal kingdom. They are a perfect blend of calm and wild energy, creating a nurturing sanctuary for their furry and aquatic friends. Now, as you embark on this journey, I wish you all the happiness in the world. Abby and Mark, may you continue to laugh together and add warmth to each day. May you be the kindness that this world truly needs, especially to all creatures, great and small. May you prioritize God and each other always. Remember that not every disagreement needs resolution before bed, because sleep heals the mind and the soul. And remember, don't sweat the petty stuff, and definitely don't pet the sweaty stuff. Abby and Mark, as you wade through this beautiful adventure called marriage, know that you're surrounded by everyone in this room who love you and who are cheering you on every step of the way. To many years of laughter, loving animals, Fruity Pebbles, and Krispy Kremes, congratulations to you both. Can we lift up a glass for the bride and groom? Cheers.
My name's Annie. I'm Abby's little, younger, funnier, smarter, prettier sister. I'm also her maid of honor. What? I haven't. Abby was about 9 years old when I was born, and on that day, she decided that I was a nuisance, that God sent down to punish her for some terrible thing that she did in a past life, I don't know. So yeah, for the rest of my young childhood, I was tormented and abused by her. Yeah, it wasn't fun. But, you know, things changed a little bit when she was around 17 years old, and I was around 8 years old. And one day, she comes home from school, and she opens the door, and it stays open behind her, and behind her is this kid with shaggy hair, and he's really quiet, and she's like, "This is Mark." And I'm like, "Okay." And yeah, she didn't have as much time to be so mean to me anymore. And I started to like when he would come around, because I think he actually made her want to be a little nicer to me. And yeah, that made me like him. I also liked him because he also had the brain of an 8-year-old. So he was like a fun new friend that Griffin and I had to run around with. Like, he would share all of our toys and be our bestie. So yeah, he's also been my math tutor for the last 9 years. So that is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Mark. Over the years, Abby and I have matured and grown up. We get along now, partially because we don't live together anymore, partially because she can now be tried as an adult. And she's actually become one of my best friends, and I love her very much. Thank you, Abby. If you know me, you know Abby, and you know Mark. You know that I spend almost as much time at their house as I do my own. You know that I spend my weekends getting my butt kicked in Mario Party. But most importantly, you know that they've been together for the majority of my life, and that Mark isn't just my brother-in-law, he's the older brother that I've never had. Abby, thank you for finally being nice to me. And Mark, to quote a note that Griffin actually wrote you when he was little, thank you for dating my sister Abby, because if you didn't, I would have never met you. So everybody raise your glass to Abby and Mark again.
Okay, well, first off, my speech will not be as rehearsed as theirs was, as me and Haley were talking before we went out, and I was just gonna do it off the top of the dome, but apparently I gotta write some things down, so I kind of stay on script. You might have heard from the music, you're making some assumptions about the music and my mustache. I gotta give myself a real plug real quick. My name's Lane, I'm 28 years old, single, ready to mingle, fighter pilot in the Marine Corps, all right? And I make large contributions to my 401k. Just in case anyone, just putting that out there. Okay. So, gotta preface this with sorry you have to listen to my monotone voice for the next 2 or 3 minutes. It's terrible, I know, but. Okay, who here is from Ohio? Raise a hand. I'm sorry for you guys, honestly. I can't believe you even raise your hand. You should be embarrassed to raise your hand. The first thing I see when I get off the plane, I go to the restroom before I go pick up my rental car, and there's a grown man in the restroom peeing in the urinal with his pants fully down to his feet with his butt just hanging out. I'm like, oh, welcome to Ohio. Never been here before, but welcome to Ohio. To everyone else that came out all this way, thanks for coming out. I know it's probably, some of you guys probably went a long way. I came from Central California, which I know California sucks. Everyone hates California, but I came all the way from California, and I'm sure a lot of you guys traveled from Virginia all across the U.S. to come, so thank you guys for coming out. And I guess what we're here for, Mark and Abby. I met Mark when we were in high school. I would have been a junior at the time, and he was a freshman. So I guess he must have been looking to me as to be some sort of example for him, which was a terrible idea at the time. I've since improved, but terrible at the time. Gerard Davis can attest for this, that we were absolutely terrible in high school. Story of friendship starts with this guy right here. You might be wondering, why is there an Asian dude here at this wedding with all these white people? He is not a diversity hire. He is actually our friend. So it all started with me meeting John when we were freshmen. And we were both walking out for our first marching band practice, and we both went to turn to each other and were like, yeah, we're being forced to be here by our parents. We hate everything. So that's how we bonded, is that we just hated being in marching band together. Then eventually Mark came around when we were both junior. Mark was a freshman. We met Mark, and he kind of had the same mentality, I guess you could say. Doesn't really want to be doing marching band stuff, so we kind of bonded over that and our mutual hatred for all the other people that we were with. So I'll give you a little example of why we are such close friends. We did a group band trip to Florida. I don't know, was it Universal or was it Disney? Universal Studios, yeah. We did this group trip to Universal Studios, and Mark, John, and I stayed in the same hotel room, and we were the absolute troublemakers of the marching band. So all the chaperones that volunteered to come to Florida with us got involuntarily told to sit directly outside of our hotel room so that they could watch us 24 hours a day, so that we didn't do anything crazy. They also put us on the 3rd floor so we wouldn't jump off the balcony and try to escape. So that's how we all really met. Took a liking to each other because of our resistance to the organization, I guess, as you could say. But then, as we got older, Mark slowly stopped hanging out with us and John, and I was like, what's going on with that? And all the men in the room can attest, yep, it was a girl that was making Mark not hang out with all of us. And it was getting in the way of all of our cool plans, and that's really always how it happens. Mark had met someone that he liked, and surprisingly, it wasn't a dude. So, yeah. It was a girl, and he started dating, and that girl was the clarinet player, Abby. Abby probably thought she could escape here without everyone knowing that she played clarinet in the marching band, but she did. She was a nerd. But Mark really thought that he was the man because he was dating an upperclassman, and because he would have been a freshman at the time when he met Abby, and she was a sophomore. Is that correct? That's correct, right? Yeah. So everyone thinks it's pretty cool to date an upperclassman, but if we have any lawyers or police in the room, that must mean at some point Mark was 17 when Abby was 18. So that's a little bit suspect to me. When Mark met Abby, this is really when we start to see Mark growing into the person that he became today. He slowly started maturing, which I know was definitely surprising to some. He wasn't getting all the mayhem that me and John were causing, and this was because of Abby. She was making him into a better person, genuinely. We would all go on to graduate high school, move on our separate ways. Mark and I would go to college. John would become a construction worker. Doesn't really surprise anyone. That's not trying to be mean or anything. And Mark would move to Ohio, and I remember the first time that he told me he was going to move to Ohio. I was like, "Damn, you're really going to move all the way out there?" And it was because of Abby. He wanted to stay with Abby, and this was the first time that one of my friends had really committed themselves entirely to someone, and that was pretty new for me. But it was nice to see that actually moving on and growing up. He always told us that she would be the one. 10 dogs, 10 cats, and a couple fish tanks later, and here we are. Something super special. Going through college, I have a lot of different friends from all over the military and everywhere. I've been a groomsman at 5 or 6 weddings now, And I have to say that this is generally one of the most special ones that I've been to. This place is beautiful, Ohio jokes aside. This venue is beautiful. This whole place is beautiful. Out of all the weddings I've been to, I've never seen a groom cry as much as Mark did. Even though he said it was sweat. Yeah, he just said it. He said he was sweating. He wasn't crying. He was sweating. He was sweating. So to Mark and Abby, I'm really happy for you, and I'm glad that I was able to go through this whole journey with you guys through high school. I wish you guys super happy, healthy marriage for the rest of the time. Congratulations. Cheers.
Yeah, I don't have anything written down. I am going to speak off the top of my head. I'm going to start with Abby. Thank you for the invitation. I know Abby wasn't a big fan of me in high school, just because the amount of trouble that we caused, and apparently I bullied her, but I didn't. So we'll just go with that. But thank you for the invitation. I appreciate you putting me at this higher up table. I don't know what, whatever this is. But thank you for that, and I'm really happy for you. Congratulations to both of you. I've been drinking, so just keep that in mind. Anyways, I'm gonna go to Mark. How we got close, we were in marching band, like Lane said, but Mark was in 8th grade, and we actually threatened him. If he didn't join the marching band, I told him that I would find him in the hallways and beat him up. And that is probably one of the reasons that he joined the marching band, and we've become super close. I don't like to brag about it, but I think that he got his personality. 90% of it was from me and Lane. So the reason why he's outgoing is because of us. So if you want to, take that into account. But I'm very happy for you guys. I don't have anything written down. I've done 2 other speeches at other weddings. This is how it went. So it's going to get super simple. But thank you so much for inviting me and inviting my family to this wedding. I love you. Thank you so much for inviting me. Seriously. Super happy for you guys. Everybody did a toast, so I'm going to do one too. But here it is. To Abby and Mark, thank you so much. Great time, beautiful venue. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. The help from our parents, the neighbors coming out, my friends, all of our family. John Yoon was coming out. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I really appreciate all you guys. You guys mean the most to me. And Abby. Thank you.
Chase the light.